welcome back to the Pantera home no, sorry, I'm kidding, I wish though. So that demonstration it's something that has occurred to me quite recently, a piece of theory information that I think you might, like and be able to use in your playing. That theory information being that any 3-string major arpeggio can be found contained within its relative minor 5-string arpeggio. So what am I talking about, right? So that piece there, that backing track rather, is in A minor. So first of all, let's deal with the major. A minor is the relative minor of C major, right? C, D, E, F, G, A at the 6th position, okay? So if we think in terms of the major arpeggio, 3-string major arpeggio is the exact same as your standard D major chord. Your D major open chord that you learn on day 1, right? The root for these arpeggios is found on the B string, right? So we are playing right there. There's our C, fret number 13 on the B string. Okay, and now we hit the first time your pick hits the string, it's actually playing the 5th, the relative 5th, okay? So that's G. So you're actually playing, the first note is G, which is 12th fret on your 3rd string. Then you're playing the root, which is the C, fret number 13 on the B. And then you're playing the major 3rd, okay? It's a major arpeggio, formula is 1, 3, 5. So the 5's dealt with, the 1's dealt with, now the 3 is E. Think about it, C, E, G, okay? There's your E. Right, okay? So, I don't know what I was trying to do there, instead I was trying to do a tap thing, but I might demonstrate that in a bit, hopefully, if I can, right? So, that is your major arpeggio. Told you I could do it. So, what I was saying before about the minor, the relative minor of C is A, right? C, D, E, F, G, A, the 6. It is to be found above that, okay? So if we think in terms of that 5th note there, the G, the relative minor 5-string arpeggio is found 2 strings above that. So you start on the A string. So obviously the formula for a minor arpeggio is a 1, flat 3, 5. 1 being A, flat 3 being C, and the 5 being E. And we just repeat that. 1, flat 3, 5, 1, flat 3, 5, right? So you'll notice that when we get to that flat 3, right there, don't know why I grimaced there. I always found C to be rather pleasing. So once we get there now, we can really rip into the C major again. Right? Okay, so again, to recap, there is your 1 chord, your C chord, right? Sorry, your C arpeggio. You're using that as a 1 chord if you're thinking it's in the key of C major, then that'll be your 1 chord. If this is in the key of A minor, then you're obviously thinking in terms of A minor. C is just a tonal option for you to go into, okay? Okay, so there are the 2 of them together, and that works for all keys. The lesson being the 1 chord, the 1 arpeggio is a 3-string variation with its root on the B string. Right? And its relative minor arpeggio, once you get to that 5th note, which is always above the root on the fret before it, so obviously the root is 13, so your 5th note is going to be on 12. 5th of C is G, then 2 strings above that is the start of your minor arpeggio. What I was doing in the demonstration, I was including notes from A minor pentatonic. So let's stick on a bit of distortion and see if I can make it quite clean what I was doing, and I'll explain it. Actually, put it back off when I'm talking. The notes in A minor pentatonic are A, C, D, E, and G, right? So you find all these notes. If we move that shape up to the 17th position, So we can take all these notes if you're particularly fond of tapping and increasing your range past the arpeggio, as I am, right? So let's pick some of these notes. We'll take the A. We're going to tap the A, the B, the C, and the D. Well, we play that C major arpeggio. So we're playing C major arpeggio and we're tapping A, B, C, D, okay? So those notes, the fret positions for A is 17, B is 19, C is 20, and D is 22. Okay? So let's try it. I'll stick on some distortion, right? And we'll see if we can make it clean. So I'm going to sweep the C major arpeggio and tap the A minor pentatonic notes. The last one was a bit sketchy, but you'll see the theory and the practice line up together, and it works for all keys. For example, okay, if we were to move into A major, A is to be found at the 10th fret on your B string, so therefore instantly you know that the 5th is going to be the E, which is there on the 9, so you're sweeping 9, or rather, if you want to pick it, it's totally fine. I like sweep picking. Didn't say I was good at it, I like it. So you are going to pick the 9, 10, 9. That gives you an A major shape, yeah? So that 5th note there, which is the E, the relative minor of A major is F sharp minor, and there's your F sharp there on the 9th fret. So you just employ the 5-string shape. Okay, so your 3-string major shape in A. So you can make it sound, you can include all kinds of notes that don't belong in the relative minor pentatonic, and like, you can see how it goes. Let's experiment. You can do it if you like, really. It's up, the sky's the limit, that's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, to recap that point, A major, F sharp minor. So just to recap the shapes, we'll go back to the key of C major and A minor, okay? The 3-string arpeggio shape. So you can go and chuck in the 5th again. So the formula really, as you pick, is going to be 5, 1, 3, 5. So there's an octave of your 5th there, the G, right? So it also gives your hand a chance to get from that shape to that shape, or position, if you like, because if you're sweeping, right, if you're trying to sweep pick, you can't really do it at a 90-degree angle. Everything starts to get a bit kind of right? The audience starts to have weird feelings in their teeth, and it's like, we should leave, you know, that place. Don't like that sound. So what I'm trying to say is, if you notice this hand, I'm just going to go to the close-up cam just now. So this hand on the down, that G playing that 5th again gives your hand a chance to go from that to that by the action of that pull-off. So that again, slowly. So that was the 3-string shape. The 5-string shape, you can chuck in that extra note there. So that is your 1, your octave again. So you start on A, right? And again, that pull off from your A, your 1 to your 5, A to E, right? Gives your hand a chance, if you're sweep picking it, that is, okay? Gives your hand a chance to go from that angle, angled up, so that your pick is positioned to catch the strings on the way back. I clearly didn't do it that time. That's more like it. So yeah, that is 3-string major arpeggios combined with their 5-string relative minor arpeggios in the same position. It's a really useful piece of information because you could have two sounds. You could have the happy Ionian sound, modal sound of the major scale, combine it with the Aeolian, the darker sound of its relative minor. I don't know why I'm sitting doing that, like Emperor Palpatine about to unleash some lightning or something. It'd be cool actually to have all that, you know, but one day I'll figure that out on these videos. So I hope you found that informative. I hope it helps you playing and it inspires you to try some different types of soloing and stuff like that. You don't even have to be at like shred, sweet picker to do it. You could play nice melodic things using the same ideas. Exact same theory, just a different practice, a different technique really. Just playing the notes, play some nice melodies, try playing stuff you've never done before, step outside your comfort zone, and eat 5 fruit and veg a day if you can. Anyway, that's it from me. Thanks very much for watching. Leave a comment, like and subscribe, all that stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one. Let me know if there's any other stuff you want me to look at, technique wise or theory wise. I'd love to have some comments, I'd love some questions, and I'll catch you again later.